Good morning, class. My name is Dr. Arepur. You can call me Dr. A if it's easier. I have sent you several emails regarding the course, asking you to explore the course. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly look at how the course is conducted. Here's the home page of Canvas. And I put numbers here, as you can see. Number one, there is a welcome message which takes it to welcoming you to the course. I'm happy to have you here. Number two, class philosophy. Let's quickly look at that.
Class philosophy. This class is a community and therefore, we all have the same objective, to learn. Online students often feel isolated, but it is vitally important to know you are not in this alone. I would like each of you to approach our online class with a great attitude and a willingness to help one another. Many problems and questions can be resolved by asking a fellow student. I am always here to help you, but I truly believe your experience will be more fruitful if you communicate with your fellow students as well. Let us work together to make this a memorable semester for each and every one of us. Course objectives. The primary objectives of our Survey of Calculus 1 course include the foundational principles of calculus, an integral branch of mathematics that delves into comprehending rates of change and accumulation. The principal aim of this course is to familiarize students with the fundamental concepts and techniques of calculus, which form the bedrock for grasping alterations and deviations in diverse fields. The course will be structured around several key focal points, encompassing the exploration of fundamental concepts of analytic geometry, the study of limits and continuity, and the exploration of differentiation and integration pertaining to algebraic and trigonometric functions. Additionally, the course will engage with real-life applications from the realm of life sciences, showcasing various interpretations of derivatives and integrals. These applications will span topics such as maximum-minimum problems and optimization, linearization and difference equations, sequences, sequential limits, as well as antiderivatives and integrations. Instructors' contact information. Email me via Canvas or use the email address era.eraeipor@csulb.edu, and I reply from Monday to Friday within 24 hours.
So the second one was the class philosophy. The third one is the announcements. I'm going to put this in student mode. Most of the emails that I send students are also in the form of announcement. For any reason, if you miss them, you can find them under the announcements of Canvas. These are several email/announcements that have been sent to you regarding the course. Going back to the homepage. Number four, we're going to look at the syllabus, the modules, and everything that comes with that. But before we go there, I want to make a point. On the left side where it says Zoom meeting, this is the one that you can join the class. However, going back to the homepage, the bottom one is the office hours on a daily basis from 7 to 8 a.m. Going back to the top. So we are going to look at the syllabus, modules. Modules cover everything: practice test, homework, quizzes, exams. Discussion forum. You can click on a discussion forum here or on the left navigation bar. So I want to look at that one first. So what do we find there? Number one, student bios. I put mine as an example. And if you like to put yours, that's up to you. And if you want to answer a fellow student, please, with respect, utmost respect. The second discussion forum is called Frequently Asked Questions. In case you have a question, please consult this before you send me an email. For example, do I need a course ID to register with the digital platform, which is my Open Math? The answer is no, because we register through Canvas. Or this last one, and I made it large enough because, it's in the past, the students have asked me this, and it's been very surprising that I keep mentioning it, that when the week of exam happens on Monday of that week, you receive an email/announcement that explains the details about the exam, including the password. If you miss that for any reason, you can find it under the announcement with the same topic, exam one, exam two, so on and so forth. So that's a frequently asked question discussion forum. Going back to the homepage. Now let's look at the syllabus. Syllabus has two parts. One of them is an Excel calendar, which basically tells us every few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, we have an exam. By the way, every exam takes place on Saturday. I want you to be relaxed, take the exam. There is no proctorio. And then on Monday, you receive an email. You have until Saturday to take it. You don't have to take it on Saturday. You have many days. And it's password protected, so you don't make a mistake. The only exam that takes place at a specific time and it's selected by campus is the final exam, which is comprehensive. So the rest of them take place on Saturdays. We also have a couple of assignments coming up, Introduction to MyOpenMath, Algebra Review, and we have a weekly quiz, all of which can be found in MyOpenMath, and I will go over that in a moment. So that was the Excel calendar, and this is the syllabus. Again, starting with welcoming you to the course, information about the course as far as the section number, the course name, and the Zoom meeting. As mentioned, the Zoom meeting, you can find it under the Canvas left column, or you can find the information here. Now, because the syllabi are getting larger and larger nowadays, I put them in a topic format, so you can go to a topic of interest, for example, the grading policy. So I'm going to go over that quickly. You can come back and look at any part that you're interested in with details. First, the materials such as course description, course goals, SLOs, and so forth. Text. The text is free, so is the digital platform. You can click on it here, or when I go to MyOpenMath, I'll show you the details as far as the text, where you can find it and so forth. This is a short class calendar. Remember, class calendar is under the Excel file. But as you can see, every few weeks, we have an exam, all of which takes place on Saturdays, except the comprehensive final exam that has a specific time based on your course. And we have the information. As I mentioned, there's no proctorio. Okay. So just want to make sure that you do the work on your own. Calculators. If you have a calculator, so be it. You can't use graphing calculator for the exam. You can use a scientific calculator. In one occasion, you may, and I will explain it when it comes up. However, I believe everything should be free, so these are free online calculators you can get. Tech support for the publisher, for Canvas, for campus, they are all here. Math Tutorial Center is available to everybody, and of course, it's through the campus and it's free. Grading policy, it's a point system. Very easy to see where you stand at any given time. There are 4 exams. Each one is worth 100 points, so 400 total. Homework is 200 points, which is a combination of homework, Introduction to MyOpenMath, Algebra Review. Quiz is worth 100 points, about 1 quiz per week, and the final exam is comprehensive at 300 points. Make sure you do the quizzes in a timely fashion, okay? This is a point system. The total is 1,000 points, okay? And it's easy to calculate and see where you stand at any time. Your lowest grade before the final may be replaced with the final exam, as long as the final score is good. That means 80% or higher. Homework and quizzes must be at 95% or higher, and this action will result in a higher letter grade if when If we make the changes, nothing happens, makes no sense. And again, this is the grading curve. 90% or higher, that means 900 points to 1,000 points is an A. 80%, 800 to 899 is a B, so on and so forth. And so there is no makeup exam. You have the entire week to take the exam. However, if something happens, you have proper documentation accepted by campus, I can give you a makeup exam. Class conduct, of course, respect your fellow students. The late board policy, we don't have a late board policy for anything except some of the homework. You can't do it for the quizzes and otherwise. And for the homework, there's a 10% deduction. You get 72 hours, about 2 or 3 days to do them. I highly recommend you avoid that, okay? And of course, the last module, quizzes, exams, they don't have late work policy. CSULB 36. This is very interesting. According to research, for a regular semester, a 16-week long semester, we need 3 times the number of units to study. So if you have a 12-unit semester, that means we have to put 36 hours. So this is a 3-unit course. Therefore, we need 9 hours to do well. Then there are other websites that if you're interested to see, I put them here. And summary steps to success: read your notes, do the problems, study the sections, study the lecture PowerPoints, create a formula sheet. A formula sheet really does wonders. So before the exam, you can refresh your memory. However, you can't use it for the exam. Do the examples, homework, and quizzes, and get ready for the exam. As far as the office hours, as I mentioned, you can find it under the bottom of the homepage of Canvas or right here. So those are the information as far as the syllabus is concerned. Coming back to homepage of Canvas, the thing left would be the modules. So if you click on the modules right here or right here, what do we find? First and foremost, at the top, and we're going to look at it at the end, we have my open math here, recorded lectures. I'm going to look at them at the end. So what I want to discuss is exam 1 module, and then exam 2 module repeats the same steps, and we go all the way to the end. At the end, there is a resource called Graphing Calculator, TI Calculator command, and I want to show you what you find there. Again, this is a resource. So you find the information about one of those calculators known as TI Calculator. So first, I have online calculators that are free here, as you can see it, but there is a possibility of downloading an emulator for TI Calculator. If you can make it work, and sometimes I've had a hard time myself making it work for different desktops. If you can make it work, it'll look like this. So you have an emulator on your computer. You can try it, but if that doesn't work, there are online calculators. And here's the commands that we have here, and so on and so forth. So that's a TI calculator. Going back to the modules. Again, the bottom one is a resource. The rest of them are various modules. I'm going to concentrate only on the first one, and then we take it from there. So for example, what do we start with? I want to show you. We start with the exam review. I'll show you what it is in a moment. The second one is the lectures. I'll show you what it is in a moment again, because I want to go back and have all 3 here. Okay, so over here, everyone, under the modules, for the first module, exam 1 module, we have the exam review. So what is that? This is the review that gets you ready for the exam. All I want you to do, why is that first? Just take a few minutes, just a few minutes to read and see what is covered in the first module. And it has the key also. And all you have to do 1 or 2 questions per day. What is the second one? All the sections we are going to cover in this exam. So when you click on it, you find the PowerPoints. In fact, the PowerPoint we're going to start is this one, 1.6. So you don't have to write definitions. Make sure you bring them up. You don't have to write definitions. Formulas, even examples. So what do we do? What do we write? We write the solution step by step. So I hope you see that it's going to minimize the amount of time you have to put in. So you make sure have access to it. Where do you find it? You go under the modules, exam one module, the second one has all the PowerPoints for this module. And the same thing repeats for module 2 and so forth. What is this third one? This is the solution to that exam review that you have. And we are going to cover it on the week of the exam. So please do the exam review on your own. And then if you want to check to see your work, of course, this one has the key, everybody. And this one has the solution with details. So to recap, we have exam 1 review, and the bottom is the solution. In the middle, we find the PowerPoints. That's it. Now, the top 2. If you look at the second one, it says recorded lectures. What do we find there? These are the previous lectures, and the new one becomes available. I posted, for example, this is the latest we have. Notice, if you want to go ahead, you can watch them. It's from the very beginning all the way to the end. Okay, all sections are covered here, everybody. That's under the modules, the second one. So what is the first one? This is what you register with to do your assignments, homework assignments, quizzes, as well as the exam. So all you have to click on it and register. And I recommend you use username password that you normally use for your email address, for example. So you have to register, then you come back here and do your assignment. So I hope everybody is clear. So again, quickly, you go to Canvas, you go to modules. The very first one that you see is where you do your online assignments. All right. So if the student mode, and here's my open math. So what do you find when you go to my open math after you register? First, the first assignment, introductory to math, then the algebra review, then you have description of the course. This one, you don't have to worry about it yet, but if you expand it, you find all the exams and quizzes. So for now, as you can see, every week we have an exam, we have a quiz, and then the exam one in a few weeks. So having said that, I'm going to close it up. So you have the description here. You have the calendar, and I have put it in 4 weeks. You can change the number of weeks. What I want you to notice is this. A couple of homeworks are coming up, as you see the color red and yellow. And then you have a quiz every week. As far as the homework is concerned, by the way, if you click on them, it brings them here, but I'll show you where to do it, which is a better place for that. All homework are due before the first exam. Should I wait until that day to do the homework? Absolutely not. When I finish a section, that's where you want to do the homework. You can find them here, or if you scroll down, first of all, these 4 modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, are just the way you see them in Canvas, and they correspond to that, and you do the homework. But first, I want to discuss the module 0. As the name indicates, resources. It has the text, gradebook, calendar, late pass, and so on and so forth. So I want to quickly show you. So if you click on that, it opens up, you expand it. Here's the uh, text. It's a reference text. You can view it online. You can download the PDF file if you view it online. You can see a section of interest, go to a chapter of interest or section of interest, and so on. So that's your text. Then information about late pass, gradebook, everything is here, how you can check your grade in MyOpenMath. Free online calculators. Again, we have more online calculators here and a video explaining how to use it. Now look at this one, the last piece in Module 0, chapter review. The homework here is not being graded. This is just a review. For example, if you want to review some topics such as functions, trigonometric functions, factoring, everything is here. If you think you don't need it, so be it. Now, I suggest you click on Module 1 to expand things and see what you have. For example, 1.6, if I expand it, I see text if I want to do the reading. I see some videos. I highly recommend you watch some of these videos. You may find them very interesting. And then this is the homework. So you can do the homework here using the calendar. But if you go here, at least you can see some text and videos. If I click on it, what I want you to notice is this. When you do the homework, some of them have help, a lot of help, for example, video. Let's say I don't know what to do here. I can watch the video here. This one has a video, this one doesn't. So that's why I highly recommend you go through the modules when you want to do the homework. Okay, so you can watch some videos before that. But how do you do the homework? I'm going to start with the introductory assignment. So you basically answer the questions. This one is just to get you familiar with MyOpenMath. So in this case, it says enter the number. So I'm going to enter the number here, which is 60.0491. And notice the moment I click on this box, the math palette opens up. So I put the answer here. This one says, do the rounding to the nearest hundreds. So 60.4 0.04. 4 becomes 5 because next to it is 9. So 0.5. This one says divide by 0. We can't. It's undefined. They don't have undefined. D and E does not exist. And if you submit, look at the check mark. I already got my point. You don't have to enter anything. Just submit your question. You got your point. Second question, it says 1/3. Change it to a decimal, and we want 4 or more decimals. Let's on purpose put 1 decimal and submit it. As you know, it's wrong because they asked for 4. So what do? You move on? No. I'm going to get a similar question because I want to nail this question. So I'm going to get a similar question. It gives me the same thing. Now I put a lot of decimals to be on the safe side. Notice I got full credit. And now I'm going to move on. You can move on, or something comes up, you can't finish it. If you click done here, what happens? It registers that you got your 2 points, and the rest of it, you can resume anytime before the due date or exit. So you can resume anytime before the due date. Anytime you click on it, it resumes. I'm going to exit. And this is it. So the synopsis of what we just mentioned. Here's the homepage of Canvas. The first one was welcoming you to the course. The second one was the class philosophy. The third one was the announcements. And the emails that are sent to you, including the password for the exam, will be found there when the time comes. The Zoom meeting on the left side is where you come to your classes. And the bottom Zoom meeting is the office hours. Then syllabus was explained that has the calendar and the syllabus. And the next one is the modules. And modules have everything you need. And the top one is where you go to my open math to do the math, to do your homework. This one is for now for exam one module covering the exam review, PowerPoints, solution to those. My open math starts with introductory assignment, algebra review. The purpose of that is to let you know what is your prior knowledge of mathematics, exams and quizzes, and module 0, bunch of resources. We start with module 1 and the very first assignment, 1.6. So I hope it's clear to everybody, and I wish you all best of luck. Uh, Happy study. Doesn't